Write Veterans Day poems. The gift of an original Veterans Day poem makes for a wonderful tribute to a person who served in the armed forces. Writing Veterans Day poetry may seem like a challenging task, but if you keep the focus on its recipient, the Veterans Day poem will flow smoothly. Here's how to get started. The first step is to sit down and think about the individual who is the focus of your Veterans Day writing project. Jot down all of the words that come to mind when you picture this particular person. A few examples include self-sacrificing, generous, compassionate, loyal, and kind. Once you've written a dozen words or so, circle 5 or 6 of them that you wish to include in your Veterans Day poetry. Next, begin writing the Veterans Day poem by simply expressing what comes to mind when you think of the person's service to his or her country. Glance at your circled words and include one into a line of your poem wherever it seems to fit. Don't worry about the technical elements of the poem such as rhyming or punctuation, those issues are secondary. Your main focus is to put your feelings about the veteran into words. When most people write Veterans Day poems, they express gratitude for a veteran's courage, dedication, and his or her national pride. Certainly, Veterans Day poetry makes more of an impression on its recipient when it comes from the heart of the writer. The third step to follow when writing Veterans Day poems is to read aloud the lines that you've written to get a feel for how they sound. Sometimes the silent process of Veterans Day poem writing doesn't give a writer the chance to determine whether the lines of the poem flow. If you hear a line that sounds out of place, make a mark next to it. After you've finished reading the entire poem, go back and edit or even remove the lines you marked. Then, read your Veterans Day poem aloud once more and continue to make changes until you're satisfied with your work. The last step in Veterans Day poetry writing is to think of a suitable title for your poem. The title is not the most important element, however, it does give a reader his first glimpse into your work. The creation of a Veterans Day poem is not only a worthwhile expression of your creativity, it's also a personal way to say thank you to a beloved veteran.